Here's a question that no one really addresses. If narcissists are traumatized and empaths are traumatized, why does one become predatory and the other becomes deeply compassionate? Same pain, very different outcome. What creates that fork in the road? Let's go beyond surface psychology. Now, viewing it through a psychological lens, trauma alone does not create narcissism. Let me say that again. Trauma alone does not create predatory behavior. Many empaths endured emotional neglect, abuse, invalidation, volatility, shame, and abandonment. Yet they did not reorganize around domination. So what's the difference? Well, to begin, it's the orientation of adaptation. When trauma hits, the nervous system adapts in one of two primary directions: collapse inward or control outward. Empaths tend to internalize, and it may look something or sound something like this. Something is wrong with me. Maybe I'm too sensitive. I should try harder. If I attune better, I'll be safe. They'll like me. Narcissistic structures externalize. Something is wrong with them. I must dominate to be safe. Vulnerability is weakness. Compassion, love, what a joke. Nobody gets by that way. One bends, one hardens. Now let's discuss the relationship to shame. Both the empath and the narcissist experience deep shame. Empaths metabolize shame internally. It becomes self-doubt. Narcissistic structures exile shame. It becomes superiority. Shame that is processed creates humility. Shame that is split off creates entitlement. Now let's discuss their capacity for object constancy. This is huge psychologically. Empaths retain the ability to see others as full humans even when they are hurt. Pathological narcissism loses this completely under stress. Others become objects, mere extensions, even a threat, or to be used as a tool. This loss is not random. It's a developmental disruption. Moving on to the nervous system architecture. Empaths typically operate in fawn, freeze, or hyper-attunement states. Narcissistic systems often operate in fight, manipulation, dominance, sympathetic charge, dissociative superiority. Both are trauma responses, but one response still seeks connection. The other seeks control. Now, let's widen the frame and view it from a spiritual lens. Trauma is a fracture of the heart. At the moment of fracture, there is a spiritual decision point, conscious or unconscious. Do I close off and consume? Or do I keep feeling and remain open? Empaths keep their heart open, sometimes at their own expense. Narcissistic structures close the heart, completely shut it down, and construct a false self to survive. One chooses vulnerability, one chooses invulnerability. And invulnerability requires domination to maintain itself. Let's discuss this via metaphysical architecture. This is where Wetiko enters without sensationalism. Again, Wetiko is not evil. It is consciousness organized around consumption. Empaths experience trauma, but do not surrender to consumption. Why? Because their core orientation is relational, not extractive. Even in pain, they do not seek to drain others to regulate themselves. That is a profound difference in energetic posture. So let's discuss the fork in the road. What determines the direction that each person will go? Research suggests several factors. Presence of at least one attuned caregiver, temperament and innate sensitivity, neurological empathy wiring, spiritual orientation toward meaning versus power, whether shame is mirrored or weaponized. Trauma is the spark, but orientation determines the fire. The most important truth is you did not become prey because you retained empathy, or you retained a conscience, or you retained the ability to self-reflect. You can feel remorse. You can integrate pain instead of exporting it. That is not weakness. That is great strength under pressure. So let's discuss why this matters. Many empaths secretly fear, if I'm traumatized too, what makes me different? This. Your pain did not become a weapon. Your wound did not become entitlement. You did not require someone else's diminishment to feel stable. That is evolutionary. It truly is. Because you easily could have become predatorial. So in closing, trauma does not determine destiny. Orientation does. Some people metabolize pain into compassion. Some alchemize pain into consumption. You are not naive because you remained open and loving and compassionate. You are evidence that trauma does not have to become predation. And that matters more than you know. I'm Kat Grace. Thank you for being here with me, and I hope this helped. Until next time.